everybody? My name is Jatir, and welcome to The Conversation. What is The Conversation? The Conversation is a video podcast that I'm starting because I want to figure out how I can help someone to be able to grow in their personal lives and learn perspective. For me, perspective and mindset is everything, along with application. So I was on a journey trying to figure out who I was and trying to figure out my purpose and how do I find my purpose. Because I started off in the oil field when I first started trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, and I was making a whole lot of money in the oil field, but I wasn't happy. So I learned that money does not equate to happiness, but money gives you options. So I wanted to figure out how can I make money, help someone else, and still enjoy my way of life. So I was listening to a lot of motivational speaking, and I heard Les Brown say, find what you're good at, whatever your talent and skill is, and see if someone will pay you for that. So how do you develop this? A lot of people do not know. And a lot of people do not read. Some people do, but for different reasons. So I figured that if I can start a podcast, I can help someone to try to potentially grow and gain perspective and a mindset. I'm not saying that my perspective is the best, but you can hear something from me or one of my co-stars. I will have guests on my show. And just from listening to the videos that I post and the feedback from other people, you can gain some type of enlightenment on whatever road you are on. And my thing is that if whatever you're doing in your life is working for you, then that's great. But if it's not working for you, you should try to figure out how can I adjust that? How can I become more? How can I develop myself? So on this journey, it was very lonely because it takes a lot of focus, a lot of meditating to try to quiet your mind. I have a traveling mind, so I'm always thinking. And I used to be very big at overthinking things. But that's because I didn't know where I was going, and I was kind of stuck within my thoughts. So the way I usually articulate that is that when you're trying to find your purpose, and until you find your purpose, mentally you feel stuck. So I started trying to pay more attention to what I was very good at and things that people was edifying me for. And it's always been my conversation, the way I choose to articulate things and what I get from them. So I used to be an Uber and Lyft driver as well. And a lot of my passengers would get out of my car and they would always say, man, thank you for the conversation. And I learned through having this interaction that a lot of people do not have genuine connections or someone who they can unload with and just have a straight conversation with about any type of topic and situation. A lot of us lack that type of communication in our families and our friendships and our relationships. So, but what was real key to allow me to know that I had to lock everything in was I was having a conversation with my sister, my younger sister, and I was going over there to pick up my younger brothers. We didn't live in the same home, and their rooms was dirty. And I was like, oh no, y'all not going with me. Like, clean up this room. I was so big with my younger brothers about being well-groomed, hygiene, taking care of themselves, shoes looking nice and everything. So I told them, clean your room up and then we'll go. Well, it took them all night. So I was in there in my sister's room. We watched a movie, a great movie called Slumdog Millionaire. Great movie if you haven't seen it. And afterwards, we talked for about 2 or 3 hours. And it was like a normal conversation. I didn't think nothing of it. I was just edifying her, letting her know how proud of her I was. She's so beautiful. She's always smiling. And she always had straight A's all through school, And we had that 2 or 3 hour conversation. That was it. About a year later, I was entering into the oil field in 2012, and I got a call from my younger sister, and she said, I want to thank you. And I was like, hey, thank me for what? She said, you saved my life. I was like, what are you talking about? And she said, I was contemplating suicide until that conversation that we had that night for 2 or 3 hours. And I was like, wow, like my own sister, I didn't know that she was going through anything. Mind you, I'm not living there, but every time I see her, she's always smiling, but she was masking what she was really going through. I knew how hard it could be for her because she had 5 siblings under her, and she was left at home in high school to take care of, to feed, to wash dishes, to change diapers. She has 2 twin brothers and sisters that's under her. So she had to do a lot of stuff, helping people with homework, bathing, and so forth. And again, I'm not in the household, so I don't know how this is weighing on her and how it's affecting her in her everyday life. But when she told me that she was contemplating suicide, that hit me. And her telling me that all because of a conversation, that's what kept her from wanting to kill herself. Because of the things that I was saying about her that I was edifying her, giving her words of affirmation that I didn't even know she needs. But I do that a lot. I tell people how great they are because I can see people in their greatness. And sometimes you might not just know how to get to where you're trying to go. But I figure if I can help my own sister, you know, who is contemplating suicide from a conversation, how many more people need a conversation in their life? So anyway, y'all, this has been my time. This is the reason why I'm starting this platform. This is love from me to you. Remember, it's always progress, not perfection. You're more than enough. My name is Datir, and welcome to The Conversation. What's going on, everybody? Man, that was my very first episode of The Conversation, my online talk show. I'll be uploading my videos to platform for podcasts, just for the audio. But this is my online talk show that I'm trying to develop. I don't even know where I'm going with it, but I know what I'm trying to do, and I want y'all to see the transition from ground zero into wherever it goes to, because I want to have my own talk show, having these conversations with people. I think it's very important, and it's the way I feel like I can give value back to the world. And hopefully it will inspire someone to just start. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. So whatever you're trying to do, I hope you'll be inspired by this video. As I help you grow, help me grow by liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. I have the link down below so you can subscribe to my YouTube and so forth like that. And just see what we can do, y'all. I want to be able to encourage someone about how great they are already in life. A lot of times we wait for the world to validate our greatness, but who told you that you wasn't great? You're already great. Just believe in yourself, be able to move forward and push forward. I want to be here to help you go through these transitions in life. Gaining perspective, gaining insight, and just developing. I think we're missing love in the world, and I want to be able to give that back, that genuine, conversation about whatever it is. So I'm going to be bringing topics that I think is very important that we go through in different phases of our life, the transitions. How I feel right now, it could change because the old school always told me just keep on living. So how you feel right now about something, it can change down the line. But anyway, y'all, man, I'm excited about this journey. Hope you guys will be excited about it as well. I hope you guys like the content. Like I said before, man, it's just one love from me to you. Remember, it's progress, not perfection. You're more than enough. And whatever you're doing, just stay consistent, stay with it, find your rhythm, and you rest in the end, not the middle.